On Thursday, February 21st, 2019, our beloved Supreme Master Ching Hai delighted members of our Supreme Master Ching Hai International Association at the new gathering place with a phone call and a very important loving reminder for our spiritual practice.
I just want to remind you that during the time that you have the opportunity to stay in the beautiful ashram, you meditate a lot. Unless you have to help in the kitchen or something, but any free time, meditate, okay? And the one who doesn't have to help anywhere, meditate all day, yeah? All day, and at night also if possible. And you have to do the sound meditation a lot more. Like normally you do only 1 hour every day, sound meditation. Here you must do many, many times more according to the proportion. Like before, 1 hour of sound and 1.5 hours of the light. And now here, if you meditate all day, then must be 8 times more than like that. 8 times of 1 hour sound and 1.5 hour light. Because if you don't, then it's too much energy, cannot be regulated. Because the light is powerful, you must regulate it with the sound. Otherwise, you might have a little uneasiness inside, unpeaceful, or don't do things well. It's easier to sit in the light meditation. It's more comfortable. But the sound meditation is absolute necessary. Okay? Yeah. For example, if you meditate 3 hours in the light, then you have to put in 2 hours in the sound. Because the proportion minimum at home is 1.5 hour light and 1 hour sound. So if you meditate more, then you have to keep adding up. Like if 3 hours light, then 2 hours sound. 4.5 hour light, then 3 hours sound. Understand, yeah? You have to regulate the energy. You have to let the energy go all the way up to the third eye and then the crown chakra on top of your head. Otherwise, if you don't meditate enough in the sound, then the energy is stuck somewhere else. Maybe stuck in the solar plexus or stuck on your throat center, and it should be getting out all the way up to the head and getting out and circulate. Understand, yeah? So meditation on the sound, proportionate with the light, is very, very, very important. For your peace also. Not just for your spiritual progress, but for so peaceful life, okay? And also for the wisdom, yeah, to develop more because of balance of the energy inside. Yeah. This is just to remind you to practice. And when you come home, you have to tell your fellow practitioners, okay? Tell all the CP to remind practitioners to do more Kuan Yin in the group meditation time and at home. And also you can tell the CP to have a little bell, chiming bell very little, and everybody in the group meditation, after the light meditation, they should meditation on the sound all together until the bell ring. So at least 1 hour. After 1 hour, the bell ring, then you know it's 1 hour. But you want to meditate more on the Kuan Yin in proportion with more Kuan Kuan or light, then it's okay. Yeah? You can continue do the sound meditation for 3-4 hours if you can, and then after that you do more the light to add up to the time of the sound to make the proportion correct. Okay, more or less, yeah, more or less. But have to use a little bell so that everybody know they should continue until the bell ring. Also at home, if you don't know the time, then you should put a little alarm clock in your telephone or something. So you only relax after 1 hour of meditation on the sound. And that is after the 1.5 hour of the light. The proportion, you have to make proportion well. And if you cannot meditate at that time, 1 hour, then you do maybe half of the proportion of the light and then half of the proportion of the sound, and do another half in the evening to make it up. Okay? If you know that, for example, you don't have enough 2.5 hours to meditate on the light and sound together, then you divide it. Maybe you do the light 1.5 hours is 90 minutes, right? Okay. So you do 45 minutes on the light, and then you do half an hour on the sound. Yes. And then evening or whenever you have time again, you do the other half, yeah? You divide the light meditation into half, and then you divide the sound meditation into half. Or a quarter, whatever you have time to, you divide it, okay? But have to do the light first. Have to do the light first, recite the holy names, and then do the sound. All right. It's like, okay, if you don't have time to do the whole 1.5 hour, but you have time, maybe you have only 1 hour, then you do maybe 40 minutes on the light and then 20 minutes on the sound, for example, like that. More or less proportionate, okay? And then if you don't have more time, then you first recite the holy names. Maybe you have only 15 minutes, then you recite the holy names, and you meditate on the sound, recite the holy names for 10 minutes, and then you do the sound 5 minutes. Okay, thank you, and wish you spiritual peace and progress and everything good in your life. I will see you soon.
Our deepest gratitude to our most gracious Master for her timely, caring reminder for our spiritual practice and well-being. In heaven's benevolence, may we all heed her important meditation message, and above all, may the mighty heavens keep Master safe always. For the full broadcast of this lecture by Supreme Master Ching Hai, please tune in to Between Master and Disciples at a later date.